Welcome everybody to Andre's Basketball World, and the NBA season has freaking turned. It's about time. It's about time. It's about time. So I've watched the entire Boston Celtics versus Knicks, and I watched the first half of the Lakers and the Timberwolves. So sit back, relax. Let's get through this real quick. Let's get this real quick. You know, what I mean, I'm always recording in the car nowadays during the NBA season. Y'all know what's up. So let's talk about everything what happened. So for the Boston Celtics and the Knicks thing, basically, basically, Boston said, "Ah, this ain't no competition." Let's be honest here, and yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. They still ain't got course. Kristaps Porzingis still not playing, so the fact that Boston was able to put up 100 and what was that, 130 on the Knicks' head is kind of ridiculous. They were just making shots after shots. The 3-point shooting was ridiculous. They just made, I think they tied the record at 29. And then I think they missed the last 13 of their shots at the 3-point line, or 18, between 13 and 18. That ain't gonna lie. That's crazy work. That ain't gonna lie. That's kind of crazy work. I ain't gonna lie. But with that being said, Boston just played real excellent. Of course, Jason Tatum, he looked like he's going to be on a revenge tour this year because of the whole Olympic things. You can definitely tell that's on his mindset. If it wasn't, the man wasn't done what he just done against the Knicks like that. The fact that he's out there playmaking, he's passing out the double. So, AKA, he's showcasing the development that I thought he was going to make a couple years back after their first finals appearance in 2022. And he kind of took a regression, kind of took a step back last year, but now he's back into it again this year. As you can tell, they were just firing up the three. So basically, for the anybody out east, to pretty much slow down the Celtics, the first thing you have to do is pretty much stop them from getting wide open threes, which they was just hitting a lot of those threes. Not only that, but a lot of those times it was a lot of them were wide open. I was like, I don't know the understanding the rotation of they're helping off of somebody just to watch somebody else hit a three. The two is less than a three, but they continue. They kept doing that. So I don't understand the game plan right there with the Knicks. I don't understand Tom Thibodeau's thought process was to leave certain players open to let them hit those threes like that. I didn't understand that. They could try to close out the best they can, but as we all know, especially looking at the NBA, wide open, pretty much you open three, that's just like a practice shot for them. So they got so basically Boston, they're just gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna push. That's what they're gonna do. They want a championship, no more pressure on them to win a championship. Quite honestly, they don't have any pressure at all anymore, quite honestly. Y'all know how I feel that after you win a championship, after the championship season, you have pretty much a relaxation season. Pretty much you just chill out. Whatever happens, it just happens. Whether or not you, whether when you got to get back in the playoffs, whether or not you get bounced on the first round, second round, the conference finals, or even the NBA finals, it don't matter because you already won a championship, so that pressure is completely off of you. And then I call that the championship hangover also. So Celtics, good to go. The Knicks got things to figure out. They have things to figure out. I knew it was gonna be major, but I didn't think it was gonna be that crazy. They still this what's why I hope teams when they make trades and trade for players that they do it as soon as possible and don't wait for so long to do it. And players get put on the trade block earlier than later because this is getting this showcase that. So a lot of times you see Mikal Bridges just, I don't know what happened to his shot. He was supposed to be one of the glue guys for them. OG was non-existent out there, in my personal opinion. I didn't even see the man out there. I ain't gonna lie. Let's be honest. I didn't see him out there. Jalen Brunson's still trying to do Jalen Brunson's things. You had Cat, who is, they still giving him, they still haven't incorporated him completely into the offense just yet. They don't. I think maybe they don't understand what kind of player that they have on their team just yet. And this is also the first game, so it's not crazy overreaction. But there's a lot of times still that he's sitting up there coming in a little bit at the 3-point line, and then they just giving him the ball, and then they're pretty much telling him put the ball on the floor, create, do whatever you want to do with the ball, pretty much. So you can tell it's going to be a learning process of learning how to play with Karl Anthony Towns. And then their bench, I mean, Miles Bryant, he showed up, cool, but other than that, they got players, they got people out there. They just not as effective as you want them to be, especially as some people think the second best team in the East. Some people think that's the team that can beat the Celtics, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like I said, game one, Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's game one. All this is gonna get fleshed out. Push forward. That's fine. Push out, flash forward. You want to have all these problems now, early on struggles, and then you can lock in and lock and load it and keep it pushing for the rest of the season. But that's kind of crazy. 29 points in the first game of the season, doing 29 threes in the first game of the season. That's kind of cooked. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of cooked. Next up, we had Lakers versus Timberwolves. Like I said, I only watched the first half. I didn't watch the second half because it was time for me to go to bed because I had to get up in the morning for work. And from what I've seen, the Lakers look good out there. A lot of open threes. Adding Rui Hachimura in the starting lineup played majorly. Shoot the three. He can shoot the mid range. He takes the mid range shots. He can attack the basket. He's getting dunks. He's getting putbacks. He's doing anything and everything that he wanted to do. Amazing. Amazing work. Amazing work. Jackson Hayes is another player that I'm watching now too, because that man played really well. A lot of high energy, a lot of offensive rebounds, especially if he's coming off the bench. So he's going to get the second unit. He's going to be able to do, if he's going to be able to do that and keep it up like that, he can catch the lobs easily. That's a good piece. That's a really good piece. I don't think I didn't even understand until I'm really paying attention. I'm like, that's a really good piece that they have right there. Wasn't that Dalton Connect? All right. All right, that's a nice little rookie to have. And then Austin Reeves playing off of his energy. That's a nice little duo right there. Both of them playing off of each other's, playing off of the energy that the other one providing. That's wonderful work. D'Angelo Russell, I've seen some moments from him, but you know, uh, wrap it up. He gonna ramp it up a little bit. LeBron, he took a chill. Finally he was able to chill out. He was a this is what it looks like when LeBron chills out. I think he finished off with like 16 points. Doesn't matter. 16 points and he's just chilling out right there. That's a dangerous that's a dangerous sight to see. Anthony Davis just did whatever he wanted to. Whatever he wanted to. 30 plus points. Was it 13 to 16 rebounds? That's beautiful work. That's beautiful. It's gonna make me cry a little bit. But that is the key. JJ Redick said he did want to play more through AD, and that's what we got to saw. So if this is how AD is gonna look like almost. I ain't gonna say he's averaged 36 this year. That's kind of crazy. Go for 24 to 36. That'd be kind of crazy. But close to 30, 28, 27, 28, 29. I can see that. Definitely see that with the double rebound, and especially if the team's gonna wait to play the way they play. Okay. And then, of course, got to talk about everything everybody's going to be focusing on. Laser locked in. Bronny James. So when Bronny James got put in the game, he only played 3 minutes. I laser focus on Bronny James for a reason because I wanted to see what he thinks needs to happen, what needs to happen while he's on the court. And for what I've seen, he's going to be a sneaky player, which basically means a lot of possessions. If you guys not paying attention, a lot of possessions they got him sitting in the corner a little bit. And then when the ball goes up, he's dashing. He's dashing towards the basket to try to get the rebound, try to get the putback, try to get anything possible to help the team. That's good. That is really good. Of course, this is his rookie season and stuff, so he's gonna have to bulk up a little bit. He's gonna get a little bit stronger because he was out there trying to guard Joe Ingles, and that didn't look good for him. But he got switched on to Anthony Edwards, and Anthony Edwards didn't cook him, which okay, he should have cooked him, but he didn't cook him. So you can tell that he has some stuff to him. He got some stuff to him. He had an open wide, made that got him a 3-point shot that he took. Almost made it. That was a nice little brick. It was a brick, but he almost hit it. You know what I'm saying? He almost hit it. I mean, he finished the game with, like I said, 3 minutes, got a rebound, hustle, energy, finding other ways outside of scoring, which is all you need. Because I told people that. I said that Bronny James is going to be an interesting, different player. He's not going to be the player I think he's going to come out there and score. He's going to be a player that's going to do a certain way, and that's what he did. And I'm proud of that. I'm good. I'm happy with that. That's good. The team look good. The Lakers look good. I ain't gonna lie. The Timberwolves, that's gonna be a long season. I was telling my coworkers, the basketball fans, I was telling them that they shouldn't have made that trade. I ain't gonna lie. I know it's the first game of the season. I know the team's gonna get better, but they should never made that trade. I ain't gonna lie because I was thinking back to whenever they traded for Rudy Gobert the first time, and Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns had a trouble communicating and trouble playing together for that first year. And I'm just like, all right. And then the second year looks better now because Karl Anthony Towns found his role and he understand what he was doing. this is almost the exact same thing. How many times did they give Julius Randle the ball and he just couldn't do anything with the ball? He couldn't. He just struggled heavily. He struggled heavily in this game. And I was like, yeah, well, I'm thinking in my head, you're not out east no more, because out east they got either you're a young power forward or center that hasn't fully developed yet, or you're in your prime like the Giannis and Joel Embiid and Bam. It's either that, because the rest of everybody else out east, he really didn't have too much trouble to go against. Now he's back in the west, where there's Anthony Davis, where there's Jokic that he's dealing with most nights now. Now there's a Wembanyama that he's gonna have to deal with eventually. There's gonna be a Chet Holmgren he's gonna have to deal with. There's gonna be the DeAndre Ayton whenever they play against them. He has to deal with just a little bit more physicality, bigger, stronger guys that the East doesn't provide every time. You know, the East, yes, they got Embiid, they got Giannis, and they got Bam. You got Pablo coming to his own. But outside of those four, the rest of them are pretty much, they're not that big of a threat. They play a certain way. You know, Miles Turner, he's gonna take you out, put you on a 3-point line. You don't have to deal with that like that. You don't have to physically deal with all that type of deal. So he's going to struggle a little bit. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get comfortable and find his role for the Timberwolves, but it's going to be very interesting to see exactly how he's going to fit in with the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards looked good. He took a lot of threes in the beginning. He's trying to get the team crunk and popping up, and it just wasn't working. It just was not working. Jaden McDaniels kind of struggled. He had like 3 fouls in the first half, so his defensive stuff, he can't. If he's already got 3 fouls and it's the first half, it's almost unplayable. Almost, you got that going on. You had Dante DiVincenzo just couldn't make a shot from what I saw from that first half. Maybe he stepped it up in the second half, but he couldn't do anything. The bench really wasn't on nothing. Nas Reed was okay, but no, it was awkward fits. If everything looked like it was out of, this looked like nobody was in sync at this moment. Like I said, it is game one, so I got to take everything with a grain of salt. But overall, from the two winners, the Lakers and the Celtics, they look good so far. It was a grinding out game with the Lakers, but at the same time, I feel like, it's the first game. Everybody ain't got their legs underneath them, so they're going to build that up. For the losers, the Knicks and the Timberwolves, they got issues they got to figure out. Basically, it's just figuring out the roster, figuring out what are you supposed to be doing for us type of deal. Once they figure that out, they should be good to go. My personal opinions alone. Hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And we got 10 games tonight. I think I'm laser focusing on the Magic and the Heat because I'm a fan of Pablo, so I'll probably be focusing on that. So y'all should see something about that. And then my Thunder play tomorrow on Thursday, so y'all know I'll be locked into that. But until then, I'll catch y'all. Welcome to the NBA season.